Alright guys, welcome to the video. So the title of this one is, right up there, 5 reasons that most entrepreneurs never make any real money. That is, they never make enough money to actually not only just pay all their bills, not pay their rent and stuff like that, but actually buy the things they want, actually become what we would call wealthy, millionaires. Why don't most entrepreneurs do this? And I have my beliefs as to why this doesn't happen. Watch the video. Maybe you think I'm full of shit. I don't know. I've been doing this for a long time. For those who don't know, my name is Jason. JasonClemens.media. Anybody who's watched my videos in the past, I'm going to start with a quote, basically. So, this one's from me. This is what I've gathered. And I found this to be true. This was true of myself when I wasn't making shit for money. This was true of me. And when I find myself getting off track, it's true. It's true right now. I just have to come back to it. Most entrepreneurs work on trying to find ways to make money instead of working on things that actually make money. That's my quote. Most entrepreneurs are stuck in looking for ways, okay? They're trying to find ways. They bounce from one thing to the next, trying to find ways to make money, instead of actually working on things that make money. It's a major difference, okay? And that's why, in my opinion, that is one of the primary reasons, and we're going to talk about it, why, if you have a business now, I don't care if you have a website business, a chiropractic business, by website I mean internet marketing, where you're trying to sell info products, or you know, you have a drop shipping business, you have a chiropractic business, you have a doctor practice, lawn care, I go on, real estate, attorney, it's everything. It just applies to so much, okay? People are looking for various ways instead of actually finding something that actually makes money and working on that thing. And I'll show you a little bit of how to do that. So, the number one thing that I see, and again, I'm going to list 5 of them, there's more than them, and again, maybe I'm full of fucking shit. I don't know, but if you watch my last videos, you know, I pointed out the areas that I've had success. I've had quite a bit of success in online marketing, in driving lots of traffic to blogs, and all things you might consider CRM, contact management, building leads, SEO, all that stuff. I've learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I've learned what works, what doesn't work, and I'm still learning. I mean, you can never learn everything, but I have learned some things as to what actually works, okay? And I've learned as to what actually doesn't work. And the number one thing that I see, if you have a business now, if you're not making money, if you had this business for a while, one of the things that I see why people fail is so simplistic, and yet virtually nobody talks about it. And that's costs. It should be common sense. But when businesses fail, even big businesses, what's an example I can give you? So everybody thinks that, most people think, and most experts, and most PhDs will examine a big business, and when that business fails, something along the lines of, let's say Forever 21, that's a big, well-known, worldwide business, over 100,000 employees, and they filed for bankruptcy, and they will say, well, they will say common things like, they just didn't come up with the right products. Which that could be true, of course. And that has a lot to do with finding what the consumer wants. Obviously really important, okay? Super important. And they'll blame it on things like bad management, which of course, that could be the driver of all that. And I go on and on and on. It could be that it just went out of style. It could be anything. On and on and on. But very rarely, what you're going to see, and this applies to to a business, a home-based business, you're running out of your office. It applies to the same thing, out of your home office. Costs. Another way to look at that is overhead. Okay? Things like paying for rent of an office. Paying for things like web hosting. Paying for advertising. Okay? Other business costs. Accounting costs. Other common stuff. People will go and spend thousands on furniture. Okay? I could go on and on. All these costs that you're never going to see somebody list, they just pass them off because people think that making money is all about moving product instead of being about costs. And we talk a lot about this because Warren Buffett brings it up a lot. But it's common. It's so common in the investment. We relate a lot of stuff to investment. The bottom line is, people don't realize that there's a cost to trading. And now you do a lot of trading for free, but people who are in 401ks with jobs, okay? They don't understand that even on payment match, when your employer is matching that payment, okay, they put it into a 401k that is, quote, managed. And there are typically 2%, okay, management fees. Well, over the course of 30 years, if a typical 401k would earn, and the standard is typically around like 100, it's like 120,000. It's measly amounts of money over the course of 30 years. But on a 401k at 2% trading costs, even if that 401k were to earn up to, $1 million, and this is fact, this is absolute fact, with just a measly 2% of the costs coming out each year of that 401k, that drops the value down for that individual down around 500k. Okay, it cuts it in half. That is the costs are extreme, and you get wealthy by eliminating or mitigating costs. The same thing applies to your business. Again, I don't care if you're blogging and selling an info product or whatever you're doing. Costs, in my opinion, are among the top reasons why you are not making any fucking money. So often that is the case, especially if you've been in business for a while. Now, if you're just starting out, well, especially if you're just starting out too. Now, some people make the case, well, we just started out, our costs are low, and we just haven't found quite what the market is buying. And yes, that's a factor, but costs are big. They are fucking huge. They will kill your business. Long story short, your goal in business, basically, is to spend as little as humanly possible, especially when you're just starting out. Try to spend nothing. And if you're going to ramp up your spending, as we talked about, right there is where you want to do it. Advertising, actually building the business is where you want to spend it. Okay, but we're not going to get into that, but you want to make sure that you have something that's actually selling before you do that. Okay, but costs. You shouldn't be paying $1,000 for rent for an office every month. You shouldn't be paying $20,000 to have a website developed. You shouldn't be paying for a company car. I could go on and on and on. You shouldn't be paying for expensive office supplies or to rent retreats for meetings and things like that. This is stupid things that people spend money on before they're actually even making any money. And you don't see it among people who have actually built their own businesses and understand costs. You don't see them wasting a bunch of money on this shit, especially when they're just starting out. So look right there if you're not making any money. Now the second thing, and I want to go back to this quote, basically. Okay? Most entrepreneurs work on trying to find ways to make money, and that has to do with noise. And specifically, there's this really pervasive and bullshit idea that is perpetrated by social media and by marketing in general, online these days, blogging especially, but SEO too. It's just all coupled into this guise of online marketing, and it fucking destroys, especially new entrepreneurs. And there's this idea that if you build it, they will come. There's this idea of spending all your time and all your energy building content, building out social media, with this idea that you're going to generate thousands of visitors per month. And then you're going to be able to monetize that. It's always this. First, build it. Secondly, monetize it. I think that's right. Secondly, monetize it. I'm telling you, this is the way I started out doing this. And this has been the better part of 15 years ago. Because I didn't know any better. I learned how to build all my own websites, blog, do my own marketing, and I learned to get really good at SEO, as I talked about in previous videos. I built websites that have gotten over 60,000 visitors a month. That's over 2,000 people a day. Now, most people think about that and say, oh, well, that should get you rich. Well, the vast majority of people who are generating thousands of people a month are not actually making that much money. That's a fact. Because so much of that traffic is scattered, but we talked about in the past. But the long story short is that this idea of building it and they will come is a fucking blogging idea. It's put out there by blogging nerds, by those who determine algorithms at Google, who work for a paycheck but don't actually own their own business. Build it and they will come might be true, but odds are you're not going to be able to monetize it. Okay? If you have a business idea and that business idea is effective, if it is effective, if it has a chance of working, you are going to be able to know very, very quickly. You're going to know. If you have a good product, you're going to know because somebody's going to buy it. You're not going to need 1,000 people on your website before you get a sale. You're going to know. It's not hard to buy ads to find out you're going to know. I get so much pushback when I say this, but it's true. Because it seems totally counter to this idea that you just got to work really, really hard, make a lot of content, and then you're going to be able to monetize that content somehow. Or business is a hard, long, tough struggle. And that's bullshit. If you have something good and people want it, you're going to know very quickly. From there, you expand it to make more money. Instead of just spending all your time with this, okay, building this out and then trying to figure out ways to make money from it. That will take you 10, 20 years down the road without actually making any fucking money. Or you'll make just enough to pay your rent or something, but no big money. If you have a great idea, it typically shows itself very quickly. A lot of people dispute it. You need to know it. That is true. Okay? The third reason, in my opinion, why so many entrepreneurs don't make a lot of money, the bottom line is when they find something that actually works, meaning that it actually makes money right away, they don't go deep on that. Instead, and this is a piggyback on number 2, instead what they do is they somehow somehow this business, let's say this business you start, and this business makes you $1,000. Nothing special, but you know, not bad. You just started out in the first month, it makes you $1,000. But you're reading blogs of idiots and people who do nothing but quote online market, bloggers, SEO experts, and everybody else, all this noise. And you're seeing social media posts about the guy who's making $1 million a year. What he'll never tell you is he's just bullshitting you. His company made $1 million in revenue, but he spent $900,000, okay, doing it, and he's about one payday away from going bankrupt. You'll never hear that story, and that's the vast majority of it. Or you'll see the Instagram millionaires and stuff like that who aren't actually fucking millionaires. They're actually broke. The problem with social media and the internet in general is also the good thing. The good thing is everybody has a voice. The bad thing is that everybody has a voice. When everybody has a voice, idiots have a voice, and they confuse everybody. Okay? So people listen to noise instead of when they find something that works. Let's say you build a simple website to sell your product. Okay? Spend no money on it, and you make $1,000 selling your product, and you sell whatever you're selling on a product. Let's say you sell 5 items and make $1,000. Your only focus right now for month 2 and month 3 and month 4 is very simple. Change nothing about what works. Change nothing. Just try to add to that 5. That's it. Don't fuck with your price. Don't fuck with your product. Don't fuck with what works. Keep it. You can use advertising to build that out. Or you can build some content to build that out because you already have something that's working. That is the meaning of working on things that actually make money. Yet most people don't do this. I didn't do it. I made huge mistakes. I started out, was making money. First of all, I looked for things that would make money. And then after years, I finally found something that made decent money. But then what? I didn't think it was enough money, so I moved on to something else. And it was stupid because I believed everybody else, and it's fucking bullshit to do that. It will destroy you, okay? So let's go through back to 3. So typically people start off, I've known people who've gotten $100,000 in investment money, okay, and spent $80,000 on that, on building on a website, and then $20,000 on paying for ads with a product that wasn't even proven to work. They wasted their whole budget right there. And idiots will give people money to start businesses. They will give people money because there's a lot of idiots out there. There just are. Number 2, noise. Noise typically, a lot of the noise online is that if you just build it, they will come. Build on your social media, get 100,000 followers, get 60,000 visitors a month, that's a couple thousand a day, work on your SEO, and then when you're getting traffic, you can monetize it. It's a myth. It works in very rare instances, and then what you hear about are the stories about where it worked. And then it won't work for the vast majority, but the vast majority is looking at a handful of people that worked for, and then they're going to try to copy it. And online marketers are notorious for posting stats that are bullshit, okay? Because what they do is they take the group of people online out of the thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs. They take the group of people who have actually been successful, and then they ask them what they did to be successful. And typically they'll say things like, well, we just built our online following and then we monetized it. That stat is bullshit because all you're doing is taking the sample of people who were successful. If you take everybody, including those who were not successful, you're going to see that the vast majority of people tried this, and for 99% of them, it didn't work. Okay? And then we get into 3. When you find something that works, you should stick with what actually works. Stick with it. Don't quit it, just stick with it. Because in the long run, you want to pump that for all it's worth. Okay? You want to keep making money just by expanding it. Okay? It's that simple. So let me write the last two in blue. Since I'm not going to do any erasing, I'll just write it down here. I'll write it up here. So the fourth reason, again, you can take a lesson right back from investing. Okay? The fourth reason I see it is complexity. They make things overly complex. Warren Buffett is famous, and I'm not going to get his exact quote right here, but he's famous for saying, we focus on investing in businesses in which it takes a modicum of effort for us to understand. A modicum is just very little. Very little effort to understand. You might be an astrophysicist. Maybe that's very easy for you to understand. Maybe you can sell info products, okay, that teach astrophysics. All right, I'll never be able to do that. But I know this. If you're not an astrophysicist and you're trying to sell stuff to astrophysicists about it, it's too complex. You don't get that business, okay? So most people make shit too fucking complex with what they're doing. And the same thing applies to, in a big part, their marketing strategy. Marketing strategy. I'm going to flat out tell you that you may, if you find one thing, one platform that works. Let's say you run ads on Facebook and you find out that that works. Okay, if you find one thing that works for your business, for promoting your business, that is amazing. Okay, it's like finding one great business idea or having one great business idea that actually cash flows a year or every 2 years. You're doing fantastic. Don't let anybody else tell you different. They're full of shit. Okay, there's not a lot of great ideas out there. Okay, and if you have a great idea for your business, you find one thing, such as advertising on Facebook, that works, that's amazing. Okay, if you find two things, you're a rock star. Facebook and Google ads say, or Facebook and Instagram, you're a rock star. Very few people are going to find three things that work, three marketing platforms. Very few. Very few people will find it. If you find one that works, just understand you're amazing. That's fantastic. Very rarely are you finding three things that work. Yet, what do most people do? They find one thing that works, and then they spend the other half of their money on stuff that they don't even know, that they can't get to work because some expert in the blogging realm has told them that they should have multiple ways to generate traffic. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. If you're generating traffic through SEO, like most of these morons are, who are running blogs, that's great. I shouldn't call them morons. Oh, that's great. If you're doing that with SEO and you're generating 60,000 visitors a month and you're making most of your money, all I'm saying is, then it's stupid to have one way to do it. Because Google can, and they will, we've talked about this before, Google will change their algorithm and they will take all your traffic away. If it didn't happen yet, it will happen. It will happen, I promise you. And if it doesn't, you're very rare and very lucky. For most people, it happens. That's why you should be able to run ads on a platform. And if you find a platform that works, just keep running it. Don't stop. You're doing fantastic. The fifth reason that people never make any money, again, it's a subset of that quote, is they don't know when to quit. They don't know when to quit on a business that just won't work. They keep doing it and doing it and doing it. The idea that working hard is rewarded, it's the good drug, okay? It's the good drug for people. They will work at things for years on end, and I know because I did it, and they don't make any money. They make no money whatsoever. but they can't quit. They have too much time invested. Understanding when to quit, to give up, to walk away is a great skill. It doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you anything. I love now being a quitter. If I'm in a business and it doesn't show me very quickly, like within a couple weeks to a month that, hey, this has potential, I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to spend minimal investment. Again, next to nothing to find that out. Okay? If I can't drive ads to what I'm trying that might work, and it doesn't show me very quickly, I'm out. Now, people disagree with that, but again, most entrepreneurs work trying to find ways to make money instead of working on things that make money. Things that don't make money, get rid of them immediately as quickly as you can, move on to the next. That is your mission as an entrepreneur. Find something that makes money and then apply this. If you do that and stop listening to all the noise about working really hard, building a lot of blog posts, making an amazing fancy website, becoming a marketing genius and figuring out all the different ways to drive traffic and all these other things, oh yeah, buying a fancy office and all this stuff, if you ignore that shit, okay, because most of the people teaching it, I don't care what you're doing, if you're reading Forbes, if you're doing anything, if you're online reading Entrepreneur Magazine, if you're reading the most popular blogs, if you're reading everything, all these people have a vested interest to sell you something, okay, instead of just telling you the truth. That's why you shouldn't even listen to what I'm saying. Apply it, okay? Apply it next to everything, okay? Do your research. Decipher if what I'm telling you is true. Because I, too, sell products. What I'm telling you right now, that this is stuff you almost never hear. These are the reasons why people never make much of any money, ever, as entrepreneurs. This is what I discovered, a guy who has been broke, completely broke, eating chips out of a bag, been evicted from my apartment, and now makes a good amount of money, as we've talked about in the past. I've done a lot. I've driven thousands upon thousands of people to blogs. I've lost all that traffic. I've built it again. I've had big YouTube channels that make no money. So I know. All those things tend to be things that you see visually, and those are things that people trying to sell you stuff will promote that don't actually work. So my point is, focus on the common sense things that actually work, and you will make more fucking money. I promise you. Now, if you found this useful, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. That's going to help boost me up. Again, I just started putting more videos on this channel. We're going to build the subscriber list way up there so a lot of people can get this content right away. Please like the video. If anything in this video you found useful, please like it. Please share it with a friend. Please promote this. Again, if you have questions, if you disagree with something I said, tell me about it. This is an open discussion. Tell me about it. But don't tell me about it if you never fucking tried it. Okay? Don't do that bullshit, because that's just stupid. It makes you look like an idiot. Actually apply it and then say, well, I didn't find this to be effective. Okay? Any other videos you can find at jasonclemens.media. That's my website. I wish you all the best. I wish you a lot of prosperity with what you're doing. Until next time, have yourself a great, great day.